I think our students will tell you that it was one of the best experiences they've ever had. They learned how to get along with people they were so different from. And even if you hear the news or you get on the internet and you see these other places, it's hard until you've met people and traveled to see how big the world really is. We were fortunate at Huntington High this year that we had a group of students who were willing to take an adventure that no one really understood before they attempted it. We had always hosted students from, and teachers for that matter, from schools in Hong Kong who were interested in international experiences for their students. And we thrived under that because we got the benefit of meeting lots of great people. But in the end, our students were never going anywhere, and that had been my dream all along as an administrator in Cabell County, as a former teacher at Huntington High, as a former student at Huntington High. I wanted our Huntington High students to have that chance to go abroad. So we were able to field a group of teachers to support it and some students to go, and we visited Hong Kong in 2012 in the fall.
I wanted to participate because it was a unique experience where you got to go to Hong Kong, not in the tourist point of view, but as part of a family.
I had a couple girls from China come over and stay with me. One was from Hong Kong, one was from Japan. But I just enjoyed getting to learn about their culture kind of from their eyes, so I thought it would be interesting to see it with my eyes.
I believe that in going to a different country, students would benefit in many ways, such as learning that American culture is really unique and that there's something different compared to just America and just Huntington in a sense.
I think it opened her eyes to a much broader world than what we have around here. Expanded her horizons, let her know that there's more out there than just what she sees on a day-to-day basis.
That's actually really hard to narrow down to just one thing because I saw a lot of stuff come from it. Obviously, it broadened her horizons and she got to see different cultures and different things. And not even just in Hong Kong, but in going to Chicago and spending those few hours in the airport there. I know that seems really trivial, but it was a big step for all of the kids to spend that time without supervision and to be out on their own. So obviously they got to see and experience another culture, but another big thing for Madison was it was an experience that we could never have given her on her own. And so I just think it's wonderful that the school was able to do this and to give her this opportunity and to give her the supervision to be able to do it. I think that she learned so many things and she grew so much as a person. I would recommend it to anyone.
I think the Hong Kong exchange experience would be wonderful for all of our students. I wish all of our kids can do it. And I think any kid that has the opportunity, they should take it, and their parents should get behind them and support it because they can learn so much about Hong Kong, but they also learn a lot about themselves and how they can cope in a completely different culture, a different environment. It's a great learning experience for them. And then when the child returns home, as a parent, you learn so much as they tell you their stories and all the things that they did. It's a great experience for you as well.
Our students made me so proud. I didn't know until they went how comfortable they were going to be with the differences they would face because we asked them to do some kind of scary things. They were asked to stay in homes, sometimes with people who didn't speak any English, certainly with people who didn't eat anything close to the same foods, who had much less space their whole house might have been the size of maybe a classroom at Huntington High. So they had to adapt a lot.
Just be prepared. Like, you can't go into something like that being closed-minded. You have to keep an open mind. You have to be open to new experiences and try new things, because that's what that's all about. And if you go in just closed-minded, then you're not going to get anything out of the experience.
One of the things I was dissatisfied about this year, as our initial year, was the inability to invite just any student who had the drive to go on this trip to join us, because it did cost some money. It's cost at least the price of a plane ticket to Hong Kong and back. A lot of the other costs are taken by the school system there or by the families there who host. But we hope in the future to be able to invite any students from Huntington High to compete to go, and if their family are not able to buy that plane ticket, that we can help support that. So we're hoping to have time and to reach out to the community this year and see if we can't get some support for the students whose families couldn't necessarily send their children.
I think that hopefully this video will help some, because I feel like people need to be aware of what we're doing, what they did. It wasn't just a fun trip, you know. They really got to learn about another culture. They got to learn another language, and so if people see that it's not just, hey, they're just going out to have fun, then perhaps they'll take it more seriously. But I think more than that even is that people didn't really realize that we're even doing it. We want to get the word out and let people see that we're trying to bridge the gap and we're trying to cross borders, and you know, we just need people to see what's going on and to be able to know about it so that they can help to support it, you know. And next time, knowing and planning ahead of time, they'll have more time to plan fundraisers and to get the word out and to do that kind of thing.
First off, I think we need to go talk to the Board of Education, see if there's money someplace there. We have all these other early learning opportunities. This is a great opportunity for the kids. They're going to go there, then if they come back and incorporate what they learn in the classroom here, when they get back to help teach other kids, I think Cabell County spends a lot of money on different projects, and I think this would be money well spent for the Board of Education. And I can say that because my boy is already gone. He's experienced it. I paid for it. I think it was well worth it. And I would love any kid to have the opportunity to go, that money not hold them back. If we have to, I think the board looks hard enough, we can find the money.
Well, one of the visions has been from the principal here. He's talked about making a name for Huntington High as a sort of international school. And that would be not only this trip to Hong Kong and some trips that the Foreign Language Department has taken, but a lot of other opportunities present themselves. We have, with virtual technology, arranged connections with the country of Peru and some schools there. And that's all of this is just such a starting point. The world's so big and there's so many opportunities. And we'd like to just keep stretching the boundaries and see what else we can accommodate.